I want to quickly say this. If you keep showing up, they will not see your value. If you keep answering the phone calls and keep showing up to the little gigs that are paying very little money, they will not see a reason to up your pay. Listen very carefully. If you have a resume as extensive as mine or greater, and a lot of you do, the bottom line is you can demand what you want. But the truth is, you probably won't do a lot of gigs because a lot of people will look at you like you crazy when you tell them exactly what you want. So all I'm saying to you is this. Don't go do the small gig and then go in the parking lot and talk about how cheap the gig was. That's immaturity as well. Stand on your business. Listen to me. The bottom line is if you keep accepting the small gigs, if you keep doing this small stuff, they will not value you. If you think I'm lying, go test it. Some of you are in it right now and you know what I'm saying. I want to quickly say,
So this is pretty solid advice. I love Dr. KJ, as I call him, Dr. Stansel. Man, I appreciate the wisdom that he drops, and how, as an OG musician, not only is he, still, trying to be relevant as far as playing and stuff like that, because he has some dope videos of him playing and stuff, but he also is pouring down into those who would listen and that would understand or what have you. And I think this is a powerful kind of thing. Now, I will add to what he's saying is to try to, if I can try to discern who he's actually talking to, because he made the point as when you have a resume as extensive as I have, meaning that you have been at this game for quite a while. We're talking decades versus days. You know what I mean? When you've been at it that long, then yes, there is a line of credibility that you've established, and you can charge what you want to charge. But who he's not talking to is someone who's just getting started in the game. And I said this on another video. You don't get to say yesterday's prices are not today's prices when you just started playing yesterday. You do have to um, build, what I'm saying, your resume, build your credibility, show up, be on time, even though it's maybe a low paying gig, or it's not the highest paying situation. Maybe it's not even a paying situation at all. But those are the places where you, as a young musician, cut your teeth. And I think as you establish and grow talent wise, as you grow your resume, as you grow your experience, as you grow your chops, all of those things, then the pay should grow with it. You know what I mean? It should. You know what I'm saying? And so I understand exactly wholeheartedly what he's saying, in the sense of that. You know what I mean? But it also has to be relative to, um, where you live, what your cost of living is, you know what I mean, how you're making a living as a musician, because sometimes you do need to take some of these gigs in order to just keep the lights on. And then that's another conversation that I love having as musicians, which gives you the leverage and the power, is to establish multiple streams and multiple sources of incomes. And I love to put it like this: multiple sources with multiple streams flowing into them. That is how I have been able to maintain a full time living in music for well over 20 years, and will continue to do music full time for the foreseeable future, based on the fact that I do not put all of my eggs in one basket. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is not where all the eggs go. And everything is not on one thing that I can do as a musician. You have to figure out how to outsource everything that you're doing. If you're a bass player, sure, I can gig. Yes, I play for church, but you should also be recording, getting into learning other skills that are interconnected with what you already know. You know what I mean? So learn how to use Logic, Ableton. If you learn how to use Ableton, then you know how to play, you know how to run playback. Learn how to run playback. I know some bass players that are killing the game because they know how to use Ableton. They know how to program shows. They know how to do, and they play bass. They don't even play keys. I know like a really prominent bass player that does that. That's okay on keys, but like smacking on bass, and he's doing shows left and right because he knows how to run playback. He knows how to produce. He knows how to arrange. He knows how to MD. He knows how to do all of those things. And so he's able to come into a situation and quarterback the entire thing. So that puts more money in his pocket at day's end. So you have to figure out what those outroads are for you, like in your skill, not inroads, but outroads that you can outsource of yourself, more of your talent, more of your gifting in order to generate more revenue in other places. It might not even have anything to do with music. I know a couple of musician friends of mine that are into real estate. They're buying properties. They leveraged money that they made from gigging, from playing from church, from producing, from mixing, from doing all this stuff to buy real estate. And then they started flipping properties and they started like building complexes and doing all kind of crazy stuff like that because they know that, hey, like this gig money, this church check, all of these things are not able to sustain me. So what you have to do is figure out what is the things that I can do if I want to do this full time. What are the things that I can do to generate that revenue? And then the second thing that you can do outside of getting more sources of income is to deal with your expenses. That's a lot of things, a lot of conversations that we don't talk about as just in general, as business people, as musicians, as creatives in general. We always talk about how to make more money, but we never talk about how to spend less money. And that is the key, because it doesn't matter. You can make $100,000 a year, but if you spend 101,000, you are broke. You're going to be broke and you're going to never get ahead. So you have to learn how to make 100K a year and live off of 40, live off of 50, live off of 60. You know what I'm saying? That's the things that I learned to do first before I learned how to make more money. The first step of everything I learned how to do was how to spend less money. That's the baby step. And people overlook that and they jump straight to the sexy thing, which is how do I make more money? And if you haven't dealt with your spending problem, the more money you make, the more you're going to spend. You're going to like start making more money and instantly you're going to say, man, I'm about to go buy a new pair of Yeezys every week. I'm about to go buy a new pair of, the newest J's just came out. I'm about to pick those up. The newest this, I'm about to go buy a Nord Stage 488, you're just going to start spending money because you're making more money now. You know what I'm saying? Then you're spending more. So the first thing you have to do is learn how to spend less money. When you learn how to spend less money every month and keep more of what you already have, once you start making money and you lock in that mindset of spending less every month, once you lock that in, then you will truly see success moving forward because you're spending less than what you're making. And so that gives you to circle that back around, digress back into the original thing. That gives you the power to also charge what you want to charge as a musician and not be worried about whether or not they're going to pay it. Because if they don't pay it, okay, cool. I got other sources of income over here. Like, oh, if you're not willing to accommodate what I say my price is, that's totally fine. I got real estate over here that's paying, keeping the lights on. I do this for fun. You know what I mean? So that's my take on it. You guys let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Yo, what up, guys? It's your boy, John Mike. If you've been rocking with my content and you want to go beyond what YouTube allows, what social media allows, that's exactly why I created my Patreon. Over there, I break down the real side of music tech, business, how this industry actually works, the creative side. I'm talking exclusive podcasts with your favorite creators. And there's 3 ways that you can join. There's a support tier that starts at just $5 a month. That's for people who just want to support my work and get early access to the content that I create. The Creator Plus tier goes deeper into the tools, the workflows, the plugins, everything that I use to create and scale out my content. And then there's the Business Plus tier. This is where we talk strategy, monetization, ownership, all of the things that I do to make money, how I scaled a 7-figure company, how you can can do it too. Asking questions, all of the crazy things that you want to know about how to build a sustainable, real career in music. So if you're really ready to take this to the next level and grow your creative business this year, then please join me over there at Patreon. The link is down below. I'll talk to you guys over there. Let's get it.